Hello, our lovely viewers of FGA TV. Good evening, everyone. My name is Mr. Herman Collins. We are here at Fountain Gate Secondary School. Today we bring you our very first session of the debate competition between Form 3s and Form 1s. Please don't touch your dial. Enjoy.
Good afternoon, everyone. In front of you is the chairperson, Miriam Telfin-Bega. In my right-hand side, we have the motion mover. Extreme right is the secretary from the proposer side. And in my left-hand side, we have the timekeeper. Extreme left-hand side, we have the secretary from the opposer side. This debate will consist of two sides. The proposer side, whereby the speakers are Grace Herbert, Nadia, Bright, and Lulu. And from the opposer side, the speakers will be Lady Falling, Vicky, Inex, and Brown. Let me welcome the motion mover to explain more about the motion. Thank you.
Good afternoon, the viewers of FGA TV. I, the motion mover, I'm going to demonstrate about the motion, which states that modern technology has done us more harm than good. Modern technology is the advanced technology that's nowadays used. The technology has invented tools like cars, screens, telephones, and also machines that people use. And today's proposal side are going to support the motion by saying modern technology has done us more harm than good. They will support the motion by giving us evidence that will prove modern technology has done us more harm than good. And the opposite side are going to go against the motion by saying modern technology has not done us more harm than good. That means they're going to support modern technology as both advancement to us. Thank you and enjoy the debate.
Let the debate begin from the proposer side. The speaker from the proposer side, Brown, you're welcome.
Honorable Chairperson, Secretaries, Timekeepers, and the House at large, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Today I'm going to propose the motion which states that technology has done more harm than good. In my opinion, I support the motion that says that technology has done more harm than good through the following points. First is that technology has stimulated wars. Second, technology has brought massive environmental destruction. Third, technology has highly led to spread of disease. Fourth, technology has highly led to moral decay. So I'll start explaining each of my points. The first point is that technology has stimulated wars. We have witnessed in a normal world that in this current and past years, many wars that occurred are caused due to the growth of technology. We have witnessed the First World War and the Second World War. There are wars which were fought between nations, but all because of rising technology, which enabled them to create guns, planes, which could help them during war, and dangerous bombs, which were dangerous to human health and status. Second is about massive environmental destructions. As we all know that through the growth of technology, it's associated with growth of industries, and to which in these industries, products are made, and then when they are used, then they make raw materials and waste products. So through these waste products, they destruct our environment. And also, we have witnessed some activities, some human activities such as mining. When mining are done for extraction of minerals, now we know that through technology, mining is done in an advanced way in which heavy machines are used like drilling machines. Now these drilling machines are not safe. They have dangerous effects on our earth. For example, we have seen that through these drilling machines and the way they operate, they have highly led to risks of our lands experiencing earthquakes, which are dangerous. And also, through mining activities, it's associated with activities like clearing of forests and bushes. My third point is about spread of diseases. We have witnessed in this world of today, technology has brought about globalization, and this globalization has enhanced a high and fast disease spread. We have seen diseases like COVID-19, commonly known as corona, spread from coronavirus, and also diseases like HIV. Now, these diseases have highly spread due to technology caused by globalization. As you can see nowadays, technology has brought about globalization, and anyone can travel through any point around the globe very fast and make any place accessible. Now, sorry, Chairperson, can I have at least 1 minute to finish up?
You are allowed.
So through this globalization, disease has spread. As you can see, corona, it started in the Asian continent, specifically China, but it widely spread throughout the world, only through technology. My fourth point is about moral decay. As we know that through technology, there are some technology advancements such as phone. These phones and computers are actually one of the key factors of globalization. Now, through technology bringing about globalization, people can inhabit some foreign morals which are not good. For example, people now use phones. American cultures differ from us and other European cultures, from dressing style, speaking manner. Now, through these technological advancements, moral decay is becoming a great problem in Africa because people tend to inherit habits from abroad. So these are my points. Thank you, Chairperson.
Any questions or reactions from the opposite side? Thank you. I welcome another speaker from the opposite side. Gracie, you're welcome.
Thank you, Chairperson, Secretary, Timekeeper, opposite sides and the proposed sides. Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Grace Herbert. I'm here to oppose the motion that states that modern technology has done more harm than good by the following points. First point is trade. Second point is it simplifies work. I'm going to explain as follows. Trade. Through technology, trade has become so easily to be done or to be conducted. A very good example is Kiku in China. Through Kiku, people do order things outside the country. And another good example is mail order. Through mail order, you can be at Dodoma. Though you're at Dodoma, you can still order something which is at Dar es Salaam. And the second point is it simplifies work. A very good example is tractors. Through tractors, someone can farm for one day a very big piece of land compared to past days whereby someone would even use 1 month to farm for 1 acre or 10 acres. Thank you.
Any questions or reactions from the proposer side? Any questions or reactions from the proposer side? Gracie, you may proceed. I welcome another speaker from the opposite side. Victoria, you're welcome.
Thank you, Chairperson, Secretaries, Timekeepers, Proposers and Opposers. Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm here to propose the motion which states that science and technology has brought more harm than good through my following points. The first point is existence of developed and developing countries. The second point is it leads to global warming. I'm start to explain with my first point, which states that existence of developed and developing countries, whereby in countries we tend to experience some advancement of science and technology, whereby we have countries with high technology, which are called developed countries, and countries with low technology being termed as developing countries. My second point is it leads to global warming. Through the activities done by industrial sectors, some of the activities tends to release unuseful air known as carbon monoxide that tend to destruct the ozone layer and leads to increase in temperature in the atmosphere. Thank you.
Any questions or reactions from the opposer side? Speaker Gracie, you're welcome.
Don't you see that through the classes of development, it increases the economic of a certain country?
I see that it leads to the existence of classes whereby we have countries with high technology and countries with low technology. Those with high technology are termed as developed countries, and countries with low technology are termed as developing countries.
Are you opposing or opposing?
I am proposing the motion.
So it means that through the classes of development, it can lead to more technology compared to non-existence of development.
I am saying that through classes of countries with high technology and classes without technology may lead to classes. This is because the countries with high technology may be exploiting the countries with low technology by taking some raw materials, much, and leads to develop the country to miss those exploitation and leads to unequalness.
Time is over. I welcome another speaker from the opposer side. Nadia, you're welcome.
Thank you, Chairperson, Timekeeper, Motion Mover, the Secretary of the opposer side and the opposer side. Good evening. In front of you, I'm going to oppose the motion which states that the modern technology has brought more harmful than good. My first point is it helps in production increase of good due to high technology of advanced machine which help the goods to increase more and more so as to satisfy the human need. First, every day and every time, the producer makes goods so as to satisfy the human need by decreasing the rate which people they want and also which people need for every day. My second point is it helps us in health status due to quality and facilitates instruments which help us in measuring of our health. For example, the discovery of microscope and the CT scan, which help us in measuring our body. Maybe you have a problem of the spinal cord. We can use the CT scan for measuring how to also know the problem which comes in your spinal cord. Also, it helps us in reduction of the waste. For example, people that have introduced or invested the use of incinerators and landfill, which help us in collection of the waste so as to prevent the diseases and also to prevent other harmful things like global warming. Thank you.
Any questions or reactions from the speakers of the opposite side? Any questions or reactions from the speakers of the proposal side? Brown, you're welcome.
Thank you, Chairperson. I have one question to ask. As you said that through technology, it has enabled waste disposal and decreasing global warming. I want to inform you that that's not true. Highly still technology till today, we're still witnessing it, that it still encourages global warming, and day to day, years to come, scientists predict that even when about 50 years to come, global warming will be very high in our world. So how can you tell us that technology has played a good part to solve those problems?
By investing or build some instruments or some devices which help us in correction of the waste. For example, incinerators, the landfill, or the burying of the waste, which help us to prevent maybe, say, land pollution, water pollution, air pollution also.
Okay, but if those incinerators are used, why do today we keep seeing a lot of waste in our environment?
1 minute is added.
So can you please answer one question of mine, that you said that there are incinerators and things like those, but if you go around the streets, if you go around everywhere in cities like Dar es Salaam, even here at Dodoma, there are still wastes everywhere. So how can you say that it has solved the problem?
That's why the government that's still removing or giving out the laws of how to keep and manage the environment of every day which we stay or live.
So when you make a point like that, it means that the government is the only organ which is responsible for reducing waste, and it's not that technology has played part in making that waste are out of our environment. So you have proved to us that technology still, you have not convinced me that it has played good part in...
Time is over. Let me welcome another speaker from the proposer side. Inexia, you're welcome.
Thank you, Chairperson, Secretaries, Timekeeper, opposed side, proposed side, and the majority. Good evening. My name is Inesha James Ruben. I'm here to propose the motion which states that modern technology has brought more harm than good. In my opinion, I propose the motion due to the following points. My first point is that science and technology has led to run our nation. My second point is that science and technology has led to the loss of jobs. My third point is science and technology has led to the exploitation of resources. And my fourth point is science and technology has led to the increase of waste in the environment. Starting with my first point, which is the increase of waste in the environment, this is because due to technology, a lot of products are made, therefore leads to excess waste in the environment. For example, in abroad continents, there is excessive waste in the environment, which has led to deposit them in Africa islands like Seychelles. My second point, I said about loss of jobs. Loss of jobs is caused by the technology of investing robots that replace the works of people in the world, because some robots can do office works, some can cook, and others can wash. For example, a robot called Juliet does all these works. This means that people will lose their jobs and robots will replace their position. Thank you.
Any questions or reactions from the opposer side? Any questions or reactions from the speakers of the opposer side? Inexia, you may proceed. I welcome another speaker from the opposer side. Bright, you're welcome.
Thank you, Chairperson, Secretaries of the both side, motion mover, timekeeper, audience in large. Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Bright Philemon. I'm here to oppose the motion that states modern technology has done more harm than good, by the following points. One of it helps us to acquire education and knowledge easily. The second point, it's the source of succession of big and great peoples. The explanation is as follows. Through the introduction of technology, it's led to the introduction of industries, which led to the production of the tools used facilitate the education easily, where the tools are like pencils, pens, files, tablets. The second point, the source of succession of big and great peoples. Through the investment of modern technology, it led to the succession of big and great people. One example of the big and great succession to the world is Bill Gates, who used the modern technology to form a software called Microsoft, which is being used by many of the peoples. Thank you.
Any questions or reactions from the proposer side? Any questions or reactions from the speakers of the proposer side? I make sure you are welcome.
Thank you, Chairperson. Right, I want to ask you a question. You say that science and technology help us to get knowledge and education easily. I think government schools and other private schools does not use the tablets and other instruments. So you say that it helps us to get education easily. Why most of the students in Tanzania still fails nowadays?
Okay, isn't that the government school, they did not use tablets, but the modern technology, it led to the advanced of industries, which nowadays they can make papers, pencils, pens, files. The students use them to acquire knowledge. Even the government schools, private schools, colleges, everywhere where they do get education, there is pen, pencils, papers, and files.
But you said about tablets, computers, and so on. So my question is that, as you have said that students use...
Time is over. Thank you. Let me welcome another speaker from the proposer side. Lady Falling, you're welcome.
Secretary, motion mover, opposer side and proposer side. Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Lady Falling Edward. I'm here to propose a motion which states that modern science and technology has brought more harm than good by the following points. My first point is poor work perception. My second point is health sector. My third point is poor concentration on guard. And my fourth point is culture degeneration. I'm going to explain one point after another. As I said, my first point is poor work perception. Due to science and technology, or due to modern science and technology, this has led to many people to not concentrate on their works. For example, the use of tablets. I remember when our school director brought the tablets in our school, there were some students in Form 2, they were caught that they were playing games in the class instead of concentrating in their studies. Also, in offices, many people who are serious with their work, they do concentrate on their work, and other people, they do concentrate on phones. My second point is culture degeneration, whereby due to modern science and technology, nowadays people like Tanzanians are more concentrated or are more influenced by the Western culture by wearing short skirts and other stuffs. Also, my third point is about health sector. In the health sector, I'm going to explain about plastic surgery and the use of chemicals to make the skin to be white, more white and smooth. About plastic surgery, due to science and technology, nowadays people do plastic surgery. For example, we have this person called Bobby Risky. He is actually a man, but he has turned himself into a woman due to modern science and technology. In the use of chemicals to make the skin to be white, more white and smooth. For example, I think all of you know about making making the skin to be white, more white and smooth. This is usually used by all people, both men's and women's. For example, the use of chemicals in making the skin to be white, more white and smooth leads to the difficulty during sewing. For example, this occurs especially in mothers during Caesarean birth. It causes difficulty in sewing. And also my third point is about poor concentration on God. Nowadays people goes to church with their phones and use the phones as Bibles. For example, when the pastor says, open the book of Genesis, chapter 5, verse 1, a person will just go through the phone and read the book of Genesis, chapter 5, verse 1. This will cause a person, can I have 1 minute, please?
You are allowed.
Okay. This will cause a person to not concentrate on God because he or she may receive a message in WhatsApp status that will lose he or she her concentration. Thank you.
Any questions or reactions from the proposer side? You're welcome, Grace.
Thank you, Ms. Chairperson. Why are you saying that some students do concentrate on games? Yes, some of the games are skillful. A very good example is African Life. It's a game that demonstrates about physics. Then why are you saying that most of the students do concentrate in games?
I've not said about most of the students, but you have to remember one thing. You have to do a right thing at the right place and time. In the class, it's not a time for you to play games. It's a time for you to study.
So do you think that through those games, they do not do right thing in the right place?
Let me correct you. First, you have misunderstood my point. I've said that not most of the students. I've said there are some students who were caught. They were playing football in the class, why it was a time for them to study.
You said they were playing games, not football.
Yes.
Time is over. Thank you. Let's welcome another speaker from the proposer side. Lulu, you're welcome.
Thank you, Ms. Chairperson, the motion mover, secretaries from both sides, timekeeper, and the audience at large. Good evening. My name is Lulu Yusuf. I'm here to oppose the motion that states modern technology has brought more harm than good by the following points. First, modern technology has brought the development of the country's economy. Second, modern technology has improved the infrastructures of the country. Let me first start by explaining the first point. Modern technology has brought development of a country through the economic activities. Example of the economic activities is trade. Nowadays, through trade, people can trade with people from outside the country. Example, I do trade with people who are outside of Tanzania, in Botswana, sometimes America. I have some products which I produce, so that simplifies work. And the money that I get to pay tax in the country. So it improves the country's economy and makes development. The second point is improvement of infrastructures. The improvement of infrastructures in the country, example, building of standard roads that helps in transportation. Nowadays, it has become very easy to make transportation. Example, in Dar es Salaam, where there's standard gauge that was built by the late President Magufuli. That simplifies work more than lately, where people could move home early and spend most of their time on the road just waiting for the jam to move on. But nowadays, it has become very easy for the people to go to work early and come back early. Thank you.
Any questions or reactions from the proposer side? Any questions or reactions from the proposer side? I make sure you're welcome.
Thank you, Chairperson. So I have a question. Do you know that before science and technology, in the 19th century, there was great trades like long-distance trade and local trade?
Yes, I do know, but the local trade used local means of transport. And remember that the roads that they were using were poor and not advanced. Long distance trade was moving from one point to another in a long distance, but that does not mean it used good infrastructures. The roads that were used were very poor, not advanced like nowadays.
But people got all things which they wanted in that time, because they were exchanged different goods like clothes and
1 minute is added.
Like clothes and other materials. So they were earning living those times. It doesn't mean that the past years there was no trade. There was like main trades like transatlantic trades, which involved the southern countries and other countries, and long distance trade, and also local trade.
But the trade was not that simple. It was very hard because a person had to move from one place to another and long distance. That means a person could spend even 2 days while walking or moving from one place to another. So it was very difficult. But for nowadays, I can just make one call and all of my stuff that I need are brought where I am.
But they use the transport like camels and horses and other transport, so it simplifies trade.
You did not understand my point because I did not talk about means of transport. I talked about the infrastructures that they are used.
So it means the infrastructure was good, is it? It was good because they were reached where they wanted to go.
Yes, they reached where they wanted to go, but it was for a long period of time. It was not that easy like nowadays. Currently, people can just talk once and, make a call or chat with people who are dealing with the trading activities online and get everything you want. Do you want to tell me that people from Australia were moving? So do you want to tell me that people from Africa moved by walking to Australia? That was very difficult. But now you can just make a call and the goods that you want from Australia come in Tanzania right the day you want and the destination that you want.
So it means transport. You can't make a call and then the goods come at that time.
Yes, there is a use of means of transport. But the trading system is more easy than lately. Nowadays, remember that there is advanced science and technology. So the science that we learn in class and technology is more used advancedly in outside. That is why you can even get the fiber that you have, the fiber that is you're wearing from your skirt is not made in Tanzania. It's from outside and brought in Tanzania through the means of transport and the infrastructures that are well made in the Tanzanian country.
But I say in the past year, there was a means of transport like camels and others.
Let me take this chance to welcome the judge to announce the results. Judge, you're welcome.
Yes, welcome back once again to our very last minute of today's debate. We appreciate everyone for keeping on this educative session of our very first debate. I'd like to take this opportunity before I announce the winner of this week's debate competition. First of all, Jeff Solutions, Fountain Gate Academy, Fountain Gate Television, and most of all, the Fountain Gate Television for sponsoring this debate. I appreciate all the participants, both the proposers and proposers. Madam Chairperson, together with your team, thank you so much. All right, let's go back to the results. On the proposers' side, they have managed to raise up 14 points, and unfortunately 1 point has been crushed. Therefore, the proposers remain with 13 points. Then on the opposers' side, they have managed to scoop 16 points, whereby 1 point has been crushed, and they remain with a total of 15 points. Therefore, this week's winner of our educative debate are the opposers. Congratulations. Thank you so much for keeping watching our debate. Keep watching our Fountain Gate Television. Don't touch the dial. Subscribe FGA TV. Thank you so much, the participants. Congratulations, the winners. See you next week. Bye-bye.
FGA TV, chemichemi ya elimu, hekima na vipaji.